happen for myself and my family. There's no way that this is real, man, it can't be.
What's up, everybody, and welcome back to Modify Your Life Podcast, where I am your host, Anthony Lopez, also known as Heavy to Modified. And here on Modify Your Life Podcast, we talk about modify your life mentally, physically, emotionally, and financially. Today, we got our boy, Mr. Jonathan, Mr. Cancer Survivor, Mr. 80 pounds down, Mr. I'm going to quit my job. And, last time we were here. Yeah. Last time we were here. Give him a little rundown of who Jonathan is and what we talked about the last time you were on the podcast. Welcome back to Vegas.
Yo, happy to be here. If you ever come to Vegas, bring chapstick. You need it. Last time I was here, I was just an engineer doing coaching on the side, and I'm happy to announce I'm a full-time coach. 4 years ago, I was just looking to change my own life by going to the gym and losing weight. Now, helping people change their lives is my full-time job. I run my Instagram. I run my coaching program. I moved to Florida. I'm working for myself full-time. I'm making content. I am working on being a real entrepreneur and not just doing this on the side. And so it's been quite the learning experience, because once I quit my job, there was no more 8 to 5, and I have to block out and schedule my day on my own. So if I mess up, nobody's there to say, hey, Jonathan, you got to get it together. It's all on me. But then at the same time, there's no cap on my success. And so I do want to, be very wealthy, but I now understand that really caring about my clients and helping them achieve their goals is how I get there. Because once I have transformations, I can show the world, hey, I've lost weight. I'm also helping these people lose weight. If you want to lose weight, don't wait. Come work with me. That's how it goes. But I quit my job and I left Pennsylvania. I now live in Florida. I know I get seasonal depression, and I'm now just in a place where it's always sunny. I'm around great people. I'm training for some marathons. Might do some bodybuilding next year and go from there. So it's been quite the journey to leave that 8 to 5, because it was my job as an engineer that really solidified my routine for my weight loss. Now it's like, let's keep it going. And so I get to live the influencer life, but it's on me to keep everything going. And I know that I can always improve. Hence why I'm here in Vegas. I'm not here to party. I'm not here to go out and drink. I'm actually taking a break from drinking right now because I'm focused on my own weight loss goals. I am nothing if I'm not pursuing anything greater than where I am right now. So yes, I've lost the weight. I'm a cancer survivor. I lost my mom, overcome anxiety, depression, failed out of college twice, got back in, graduated, became an engineer, right? But what is that? That's just my past. Who am I now? And so that's why I'm training for a marathon and growing my clientele base and really sticking to my Instagram. So I am right with my clients, pursuing more. So we're all in this together. That's the rundown. And if you're watching this is your reminder to drink your creatine today.
And water. Wash your ass, too. So, we're going to shoot a couple podcasts here. This is one of many. Hopefully my knee's not ashy. If it is, apologize for you guys looking at ashy as knee today. How was it making that jump from 9 to 5 structure into, if I don't work hard, if I don't do what I need to do on social media, I will not make money.
For sure.
I don't have anyone down my back, but I have to be down my back. Mm-hmm. Right? Because I know how that goes. Mm-hmm. You came down here, you got to watch me. Also, love this time around. I love this time around that you're here. We haven't drank. Mm-hmm. We've been eating like fucking shit.
Well, I mean, we're still fat. We just work out.
You know what? I don't think we're fat. I think I don't think it ever goes away of this fat boy mentality.
No.
Like, you know what good food is. Mm-hmm. Like, you're never going to go and drive by Taco Bell and be like, disgusting. Right. I'm like, Mexican pizza, the best thing there. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So it is what it is. But we've been eating like good food though. Like,
I mean, this is a quote unquote vacation. Whenever my clients go on vacation, I say, go enjoy yourself. We're just gonna get right back to the plan when we get back.
Really? That's it. Oh, you know what? We get to that part. Anyways,
how was it?
How is it? Like, because like you're your own boss, but also you mess up long enough, you will be living with me.
No, I won't.
Damn right. Francie's like, hell no, we tried that once. Ain't happening again.
No, I won't.
You turn my headset up a little bit? Thank you.
So the jump, right? It was a scary one. I was doing coaching on the side, and I was making a couple extra grand per month. But this is what my day used to look like. To get into that answer, I would wake up 5, 6 a.m., go to the gym before work, right? Come home, make my lunch, make my breakfast, go to work 8 to 5. I'm working either from home or in the office. Once 5 o'clock comes around, I go home, and then I do my content. I get back to my clients. And while I was working full-time, I wasn't the best coach, but I was helping people change their lives. My lease was coming to an end, and I was like, dog, am I going to make it another winter in Pennsylvania? Like, that seasonal depression is real. Every single time a winter comes around, I don't know how I get through it, but I always do. But then I was like, okay, I always said one day I will do this full time. And there's no perfect time. There's no right time. I didn't have the best savings. I didn't have the best budget, the best financial ability. But I knew that I was an engineer. I was working full time. And for 2 years, I created and ran a successful social media business and then coaching business. So it's like, imagine if I spent more time working on this shit. And so I didn't know what it was like to do this full time, but I was like, there are people that do this full time. Why can't I? And so with that, I was like, okay, when my lease is up, that is it. I'm going to put in my 2 weeks. Dog, I was scared as hell.
I remember
to put
called
in
me
my
every
2
damn day.
weeks. No, I didn't.
You
Anyway,
did.
no, I didn't.
You did.
No, I didn't.
Call me every week.
No, I didn't.
Before, yes, you did.
No, I didn't.
You called me like once. Frankie, was he not on the phone like once every
Yo.
like, at least once a week?
Anyway,
Can't just give me my flowers.
it was just, dog, I'm here. Anyway, with that, right, I knew it was the right thing to do. And so it's funny because I haven't read this book yet, but it's on my list. It's called Feel the Fear and Do It Anyway. And that's what propelled me to make the decision, right? And so I forget what it's called, but I lit a fire under my own ass. I didn't have to quit my job. I was very comfortable, right? Especially with the extra coaching. But I was like, I am meant to be and do so much more. I kind of was the light of the office, and I realized that. I didn't really grow engineering-wise. I grew with the people and my relationships with my job, and that kind of spilled over into my coaching business. I'm not the most knowledgeable when it comes to workouts, when it comes to nutrition, but I know how to help people change their lives with workouts and nutrition. So I realized I'm not meant to be in a cubicle. Yes, it was scary as hell. And so the one question I asked myself when it came time to quit that job and work for myself full time was, what if it turns out better than you could have possibly imagined? Because we deal in what ifs all day, and that leads to our anxiety and depression. Oh, what if it doesn't go right? What if I mess up? What if I fail? Well, I have my engineering degree. I left on good terms. If I do mess up, boom, I can come back to this job. I will never do that, though. That was kind of just my safety blanket, because there was no quitting. Because for 2 years, I was running my coaching business. And when I lost the weight, it was all on me. I've done hard shit before. This is just the next hard thing to do. That's why I do marathon running now, because I don't like running. It's very difficult, so I get it done. So it was very scary. But then within 2-3 months, I was already making my engineering salary plus my coaching salary. So like what I was making before, and I was working less, and I'm like, oh my goodness. And so I don't have my sights on being the best coach in the world. I just want to build this empire around me and helping people change their lives. And with that, I've been able to grow what I offer with my coaching business, grow my confidence in myself. And I know that I didn't quit just to be mediocre or average. It's time to really see what I'm capable of.
Love it, man. So it was a scary thing. It was at the end of the, what I got from that whole conversation. It was just scary.
It was so scary.
And you all like also I like how you said like you didn't have the best finances. It wasn't the perfect day. The sun didn't come up on the right side. Where you're like, okay, today's the day he's gonna quit.
Mm-hmm.
And it's the same thing that goes with you quitting your job and pursuing your dream. It's the same thing goes with weight loss, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know, there's no perfect day to start. There's no perfect time to start. It's just like you have to get out there and do it. And we'll sit here and tell us like, oh, you know what? 2025, I'm going to get it done, right? It's going to be my year. 2024 was the build up, and 2025 is going to be my year. But like, no, if you didn't do shit for 2024, you're definitely not going to do shit for 2025. So you might as well start now. Like you said, no better time than now. And I like that you didn't do it perfect, and now it's turned out good for you. But even though it's turned out good for you, there's a lot of hard work, right? A lot of consistent work, right? Have you fallen off since the last time you've been here?
Oh, yeah, of course.
What did that look like?
Multiple times. So like I said before, I suffered from anxiety and depression. I saw a psychiatrist. I was on pills. I cold turkeyed them, which I don't recommend doing, but that's what I did. And I feel as though the gym has...
Cold turkey game. I mean, mine's nicotine, not pills. But
yeah, cold turkey. The gym kept me sane, though. But with the fall-offs, like, I'll go a week not going to the gym, maybe not posting content, sometimes leave my clients hanging. But then I come back, I always explain myself. Whenever I'm not doing well, since I am my business, my focus is to make sure I come back to who I am, right? My routine, doing what I got to do. Then I make sure my clients are good. Then I get back to just my routine. So I now have a list of non-negotiables that I'm using to keep me going. Wake up, make your bed, brush your teeth, work out, write in your journal, read your book. Just simple tasks that I need to do daily that I was doing when life was great.
Mm-hmm.
And so different things happen in life. I always tell my clients, obstacles are going to come. You are going to do yourself a favor if you expect those obstacles. We don't know when they're coming. We don't know how big they're going to be. But you could say, hey, I was expecting this. Now let's figure out how we're going to get around it. And so whenever I do have those days or weeks when I fall off, I remind myself that it's temporary. It is not going to be like this forever, because there was a time when I was stuck on the couch for months because I was depressed, and I was like, what's the point of living? Not that I was suicidal, but it was like I didn't know anything. And so I was like, you know what, let's find a reason. So I know the answer is always movement, getting out, being with others. So if I find myself and I become aware that I'm in a depressive state, I go outside, I get my movement in, I talk to my friends, I tell people, hey, I'm kind of sad. What are you doing? You want to do nothing together? And then from there, I get back in my groove, I keep it going. And I share all of that with those that are close to me and also my clients. Like, hey, your coach wasn't doing too great this week, but how are you doing? Let's keep you going. And lifting them up kind of lifts me up as well. And then from there, I have my clients, like, I'm involved in their lives. I know about their families, their birthdays, different holidays, what they did this summer, because I do weekly calls with them. So it's like I'm involved in their lives, they're involved in my life. So when I'm not doing too well, they kind of help me get out of it. My sister helps me get out of it. And we keep it pushing, because there is no time to sit and feel sorry for yourself. Movement and action is always the answer.
Love it, man. I love how honest you are too. You know what I mean? Because it's one thing, I've always, preached as being a good coach is they stop trying to act perfect. Stop trying, that's why I share everything. And a lot of people get on me like for posting like the fast food or posting when we would drink, or if I would drink. I don't really drink a lot, but someone will randomly, be a new follower, like, oh, why are you posting? Why you drink alcohol? Like, yeah, he must be new to this, because I do a couple times a year and I enjoy myself. But at the same time, like, last thing I want to do is act perfect. I feel like people get to this certain part, and I've done this before, where I get abundance of followers, over a couple days or whenever it is, a video goes viral, and then I'm like, well, what do I post? So what if I should do? I'm like, wait, why am I trying to act perfect? Why am I trying to second guess my content when this is just my lifestyle and what I do? Right? I document the good, the bad, and the ugly. And I feel like so many people get caught into like this whole factor of like, you have to be perfect. And then what happens to the consumer, right? The person that consumes the content, right? Not the people who created, the consumer of it, they feel that you have to be perfect. And only to be heavy to modify, the only way to be Jonathan is to be perfect. So I'm glad that we don't paint that picture that you have to be perfect in order to lose weight. Mm-hmm. Because at the end of the day, there's no such thing. There's not one coach. There's not one fitness influencer, I hate that word, you know what I mean, that is perfect. Mm-hmm. We're all human beings. We're all trying to make it. Now, some of us are more ahead than others. Some of us started before each other, but it doesn't mean that we're perfect. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? It's a constant mental battle with ourselves of becoming better, because we always have the opportunity to go back and to be the old version of ourselves. Always. Right? Always. Every single second. Mm-hmm. Every single decision, right, that we have, we always go back to the old version of ourselves. So how are you liking it now that you're like at home, you work for yourself? Yeah. So also I want to kind of touch upon what you just said. When I do share my struggles just with my followers, my clients, they're like, thank you so much for sharing that, because everybody does have this idea that a coach or somebody they see on Instagram is different than them or better than them per se. But it's like, no, I tell my clients, we are arm to arm, locked in on this journey, going through everything together. And when I post it, people reply and say, wow, it's so great to see that you're going through something, and even though you achieved everything you're going through, you still go through it and you get through it. And hope is definitely something to get you started, but it's not something to depend upon, right? And then belief, that's really where it all begins. Believing that you can do something, then it's action. So the hope is like, yo, this guy, he's going through some things but he's gotten through some things. I can also. So boom, there's a hope. Then you have to believe, I will do this. I'll get it done. Then you work on getting it done. Now that I'm doing it full time, I'm hard on myself. I'm not going to lie, because I'm new.
And so I have to remind myself that I'm new to this way of life, this way of being, and I want to be at a place better than where I am right now. But if I were to go back a year from now, I'm so much better at what I'm doing right now compared to a year ago. But it's like, okay, but more. And so I have to take some time to kind of just relax and enjoy and just be and not be in this kind of do mindset, because I struggle with the content. Like, what do I post? Who am I? Like, what am I sharing with my followers? Because is it just my story? Is it what I'm talking about now? So the conversations I have with my clients are very great and wonderful, but I don't really convey that too much on social media because I'm still building up my kind of inner self as a coach and my confidence. I'm definitely a much better coach right now than I was a year ago. I spend more time with my clients. I'm helping them out. I'm getting their feedback on what to do and what to improve. But with this freedom every single day, it's like, oh, okay, I did X amount of tasks. I'm good to go. And I find myself in kind of a chilling mindset where I'm consuming the media instead of creating the media. And so I identify where I can improve, and I slowly get better. And with the whole freedom of not working for anybody, it's great. I was thinking about working at Lifetime Gym because it's such a dope place, dope spot. It's a new gym down in Tampa. But I don't want to clock in. I don't want to work for somebody. I was like, so my other option is just become so successful that I could just buy a membership, tax write-off won't matter. And that's kind of where my mindset is at. I still talk to my coworkers at my old job, and I told them, hey, congratulations on being my last coworkers. You guys are really awesome. I'm never going to have to work with somebody ever again. It's all on me. Like, not to boast, right? But this is wild, right? I just made a video, a partnership video with a brand, got sponsored, and I got paid $1,250 for one video. That is a big fraction of my old engineering salary. There is limitless potential with this social media, and once I really harness myself, accomplish my goals, I'm gonna be big. Remember me.
I love it, man. I love it. No, well, it's the confidence in yourself, man. You know, it's what it is. The work that you put in, it's understanding. And like, I hope, like, always like to touch on this, especially with two people that do social media for a living. I really hope the viewers are not listening as in social media. Like, this is life. Like, he's made a jump on and believed in himself at the lowest part of his life when it wasn't the perfect time, and got it done. I changed my life at the lowest part of myself. I was depressed. I was suicidal. I was ready. I was over 600 pounds. I mean, that just says all its fucking self, right? So when we have these conversations, because it's called Modify Your Life for a reason, right? I didn't want to just put weight loss, modified weight loss, or podcasts about weight loss. Like, I don't want to just be weight loss the rest of my life. This is not what the Heavily Modified brand's about. It's about a life change. Mm-hmm. So whether it be for business, whether it be for weight loss, whether it be a physical change, a mental change, emotional change, a financial change, or just a life change and all, we're going to be able to talk about that. But it's up to you as a viewer to be able to separate from social media and put it into your real life, right? For you to understand that, like, damn, this guy Jonathan decided to change his life around and built the confidence up, and now he helps people do it. So cool. Maybe your goal is not social media. Maybe your goal is just to change your life around. You're looking for the time to start. Well, he already said when to start now, right? I've already said when to start now. You get what I'm saying? So, like, always want to reiterate, because, like, we do get a lot of different viewers. Some people follow me because I built a six-figure company. Some people follow me because of my Camaro or my car, right? Because that's how I originally started. Some people follow me for weight loss. Some people follow me for being 600 pounds. Some people follow me for being 500, 400, 300, 200. You get what I'm saying? So it's all different, you know? So at the end of the day, I always hope that you as a listener will always not just take it for face value and kind of dissect it in words to implement in your life, right? Because at the end of the day, anyone that I ever have on this podcast is going to be someone that took their self and they fixed their self, right? And also at the end of the day, anyone I have on my podcast, whether it be myself, Modified Frankie, or Jonathan, or anybody, is that they will say that they built their confidence is up because you change yourself.
Oh yeah.
Right? Our confidence, like, I didn't always have confidence. Like, I just started talking on my social media like 2 years ago. Right? I just started getting that confidence. I don't talk about my online coaching, not because I don't have confidence, but it's just like you keep building and building and building. But at the end of the day, it's understanding, like, you're never going to get that self-confidence if you don't put in the work yourself. You're not going to talk about it. You can't sell something you don't believe in, right? You can't have confidence in work you've never done. You can have false confidence, right? You know, like these fake ass gurus, like, oh yeah, I brought in $10,000 this month. They didn't do that. So, Frankie, drink an energy drink or something. You're starting to fall asleep back there, big dog.
Also, I want to.
Frankie's making me fall asleep over there. Frankie's in the back. If you guys can see her right now, she's over here falling asleep doing the cameras. I wish we could film her.
Yeah, we can actually.
We already caught you, girl. You're falling asleep back there.
Wake up, Frankie.
Yeah, wake up. We're over here.
I'm manning the camera.
No, you were falling asleep. I'm like, is she gonna be able to turn up the next one?
Come on now.
Oh, they're over here shooting a podcast. We got our. This is. You know what? This is what you get for $4 an hour.
No, whoa. Okay, hold on.
For $1 a day.
For $1 a day, you
No, Frankie's great. Right? We're just gonna let's keep it going. We're the ones that took the pre-workout. Let's lift her up. All right. With your statement on confidence, nobody's gonna come give it to you. It is literally a belief in yourself. Nothing in life is going to. The world never changes. It's only your perception of it. Nobody's gonna say, "Hey, you can be confident now. You've done enough." Right?
Here's your confidence.
It's not going to happen. You have to.
Amazon package is here. Confidence is here.
Oh yeah, no, that's not coming.
Okay.
You have to believe in yourself. And here's my advice to you: lie to yourself, because your brain and your subconscious doesn't know the difference. If you say you're confident, your subconscious will say, all right, we're confident. And you'll start doing more confident things. And then you'll start to actually realize in the forefront of your mind, yo, I'm confident. I'm actually that guy. I'm actually that girl. I'm actually that person.
Okay,
right?
Can I chime in though?
Chime in.
It's only going to work if you say that and then do something that day that's going to align with your goal, right? So it's like, hear me out, right? So I'm not even going to use a football analogy because fuck, I don't like football. All right, so hear me out. You could say it to the left and to the right, right? If you look to the left, there's success. Whatever your definition of success is, you look to the left. Mm-hmm. That's success. The right is failure, right? There's two different sides. There's success to the left and right is failure. If you look to the left and success is where you want to go, that is 100% amazing. That is you saying that you're a great person. You're going to win today. You're going to do good today. You're going to be a better person today. You're looking to the left, right? That's what you're doing. But if your body is moving to the right, then to the right is what you're going to be, right? But what I mean by that is that it doesn't matter what you say in life. It only matters the action you take in life. I could say, how many of us as a kid said we wanted to be an astronaut? We wanted to be a lawyer. We wanted to be a doctor. But guess what? We drive for Uber. We work at McDonald's. Why? Because our actions went towards those jobs. Our mindset, what we wanted was that way, but our actions went to the other jobs, the other situations in life. Right? And so that's why I want to chime in, because a lot of people will say, I wake up and I read a book, I walk, I pray, I blah, 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 but my life is not changing. Well, it's like, it's not what you do in a morning routine, right? That makes you successful. It's you staying consistent at doing the morning routine that builds structure in your life. But if that's all you do is a 30 minutes of routine every single day, but the rest of the day is shit, then what do you think you're going to get? The world it's a 90-10. 90% of the time you have to be crushing it. 10% of the time you get to enjoy yourself, but that 10% of the time has to be in moderation. It can't be 10% of the time be an asshole and like, because you'll throw everything away. You know what I mean? So like, I just want to chime in with that. So say it, speak it into existence, but it's only going to work so long, because then now you're just lying. Now you're just a liar or stretching the truth.
Now let me chime in on your chime in.
No, there's no more chiming in on
yes,
that.
There is.
That one's cut off. We're done.
So,
it's my podcast. Go ahead. Change his camera off. No, yeah, go ahead. Please do.
Any whore.
In like, call me a whore?
No, any whore. Anyway, I feel as though there's two different types of people receiving the information, right? So there's the people that have already started their journey and that are doing things for themselves, right? If you're that type of person, what AJ just said, that's for you. If you're somebody that hasn't even started and you wake up and you say to yourself, life is miserable, this is boring, I don't like this, I hate being here, and you're just focusing on all of the negative shit in the world, then that's where kind of my statement comes in, is you have to think positive things. You have to lie to yourself, and then that next step is 100% action, right? But the words you tell yourself kind of influence the action that you're going to take. If you wake up and lie to yourself and say, I'm worth it, I'm going to be great, I'm worth it, I'm going to be great for 30 days, I promise you your life is going to be different, because you identify with a different personality than what you are now. And so if you're already on the journey, yeah, you can go ahead and give yourself affirmations every single day. That's not going to do shit. You better give yourself affirmations while you're running. or affirmations while you're working out, or affirmations while you're meal prepping, or doing something to better yourself. Something that I tell my clients, right? Because they're the people who are already working on themselves. So that whole mindset shift, that belief in yourself, the lie to yourself when it comes to the confidence, that's not really for them because they're already here. They're working with me. It's taking action. For them, I have every single one of my clients, and if one of my clients is watching this, you know I'm not lying, make their bed every single day. Because when I first started out, I never made my bed. My room was terrible. It was a mess all the time. My hygiene was terrible. I didn't take care of myself. And so you have to understand that you as the person are worth all of the extra effort it takes to do anything in your life. And if you want to have a great day, start by winning the first battle of the day and making your bed. Discipline comes from doing things you don't want to do. Ultimately, that's what it's about. You don't worry about discipline when you're excited to go to the gym. You're just going. Discipline only comes into effect when you're struggling and you don't want to do something. Discipline takes over. Discipline is that engine, that generator that fires up when all the motivation and the hype dies down. And so for my clients, if you want to change your life, you have to do a lot of shit you don't want to do. A lot of shit that requires that discipline. Well, guess what? We can get started by practicing that discipline by making your bed every single day. Then once you get started, you have to use the momentum to keep going. That's why if you make it today, great. Every single day that comes around, you have to keep making it. Because like you said, like the fat tendencies don't go away. No. We just kind of hone them in and we control them a little bit more. We do things in moderation, but every single day I can 100% go back to who I was in 2019 easily. Because I was that person. I was overweight for more of my life than I was, fit. Mm-hmm. And so at every single day, I have the tendency to go backwards. But there's, wow, I'm on a flow right now. Listen to this. There's two things that motivate us or push us in this world. It's fear of the past or something from the past, and then aspirations for the future. So I want to talk about an experiment. I don't know the actual specifics of it, but scientists put a rat in a tube and tied his tail to the end of it, and it was connected to something that read the force, the pulling force. They put a piece of cheese at the end of the tube and measured how much the rat pulled. And I don't know the specifics, but let's just say the rat pulled 6, right? Then they redid the experiment, rat in the tube, tail tied, cheese at the front. Then they put the scent of a cat, the predator of a rat, at the back of the tube and then measured how much the rat pulled. And for, arbitrary numbers, the rat pulled 20, right? Which is way more. And so when I talk to my clients, I have to say, okay, we have to identify who we were before that got us to this point in life where we wanted to make a change and kind of run away from him. But then we also have to identify who we want to be. What does the future version of ourselves look like? And let's run towards them. So once you have that, you have all the tools to keep yourself going. All in all, make your bed.
People like will talk about that stuff and people won't take it for face value. Mm-hmm. They're gonna be like, "Oh, well, what do you mean? Like I'm busy." Okay, well that's why your life's fucked up. Like honestly, okay, this is real. Like how many times like people say like, "You've been with me a whole week. Am I a busy person?" Mm-hmm. We've been to Vegas, to California, back to Vegas, then X, Y, and Z. Mm-hmm. Did all my working, made time for you because I wasn't just gonna, we're here to do busy. Like I'm busy. Mm-hmm. You're a busy person. Frankie's a really busy person, right? You realize what she does for the back end and stuff, right? So every single time someone says, "Coach, I was busy," it's like a slap in the face. Ooh. No, it's personal. It's like a slap in the face because you're like, "Oh, coach, I was too busy doing check-in." I was like, "Well, I got my coach. I got my check-in done on my app. Mm-hmm. I wasn't too busy." Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? I made it important because I don't need to check in on my own damn app. Like, but I do so my clients like, "Hey, I got my check-in done." Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So it's like it's a slap in the face. But like understanding this, the reason why your life is so fucked up is because you don't take this stuff at face value. That make your bed, brush your teeth, discipline, doing something. He said it earlier. Discipline is doing something you don't want to do when you need to do it. Right? That's one thing he did forget to say, but it's all the same thing, right? Discipline is doing something that you need to do when you don't want to do it. So discipline is not waking up on time, making your bed. Discipline is waking up 2 minutes late and still making your bed, right? Because that is a priority. That is you leaving the house with a check mark, a success, a check mark of our goal already accomplished, stuff like that. But what it is that we as humans, we're like, "Oh, I woke up late. Bed's not getting made." the first thing, the thing that you've been working, that you've been tallying up every day, that you've been making your bed on time, the first thing you let go, right? And that is why a lot of our life is so shitty, because we get a little pushback, and I can't do it no more. I'm done. I don't need to make my bed today because I woke up late. Well, why did you wake up late, Lisa? Who the hell Lisa is? Lisa, if you're listening, I'm sorry. Sharon,
Michael,
Bill, Michael,
Thomas,
Jeffrey, Oscar.
Yeah,
I just named all names of people who are not on my program. Also, too. I was like, well, I'm trying not to name his name. But like, why did you do it? Oh, because you were scrolling. Oh, because you watched your show that you needed to watch. That you're in debt. You're 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 100 pounds overweight. And you decided to scroll or watch a TV show or stay up later than you should have instead of waking up on time to reach your goal that you're trying to become a better person. Right? Like, doesn't that sound, and people are like, oh, well, coach, I think that's a little too harsh, don't you think? No, it's not harsh because you do it for everything. We don't just do it for that one night. We do it, oh, I didn't track my lunch, so let me not track my dinner. Oh, I'm too late. This gym is, the gym's packed today, so I'm going to go tomorrow. Like, we just compromise everything with ourselves to be average, but you never compromise with yourself to not go out. You never compromise yourself to not buy the thing you don't need. We don't compromise with ourselves to not spend the money we shouldn't spend. We actually talk ourselves into spending the money, right? Oh, well, I'm about to get my taxes back, so I'll just buy this now, and then I'll replace it back. I'll pay off the credit card with my taxes. Like, whatever it might be, right? So it's like, stop compromising with yourself on the things that you need to do to become better, and start compromising yourself on the things that are making you a shitty person. Then digging you in a financial, physical, mental, emotional, financial hole. Right? Sorry for being Mr. fucking serious in that conversation, but like, it's just how I look at things now. You know what I mean? It's like, and it's just understanding like that. And when you start realizing the stuff that we're talking about, and you start taking it for face value, and you start stop taking it so personal and start taking it at face value, it's like your life is going to change. Like something is going to click, and I can't tell you what it is or when it's going to, but it's going to click. You're like, holy crap, the answers were right in front of me the whole time, and it's just being a good person. Just doing what Anthony Lopez needs to do to be better. Just doing what Jonathan needs to do to be better. Just doing what Francine needs to do to be better. And you do it every day, and you start surpassing all these average people who are living average lifestyle, who are overweight, who are pre-diabetic, who are addicted to drugs and alcohol and cigarettes and sugar, and just fucking sitting on the couch doing nothing, showering once every 3 days, brushing their teeth once a week. You start surpassing those people, and you look back, you're like, you know what? I can't believe I used to be like that. I support you who want to be like that, but I no longer want to be like that anymore. So let me not do the things that these people are doing. Let me not do the things that my old version of myself was doing, and let's see where I head in the next couple months, in the couple years. And that place is going to be everything you've dreamed of, because you stayed consistent and did what you need. You did the hard shit, honestly.
And then with that, right, what you just mentioned, I laughed when you were describing, quote unquote, the average person, right? And that's not me laughing at you. That's me laughing because that was me.
It was me too.
The shower every 3 days, the on the couch playing video games.
Bro, I brush my teeth like once a week. Frankie, we don't need you to judge us.
Right?
She actually, she didn't lose like 100, like she wasn't 300 pounds at 4'8".
Anyway.
Right? That's crazy. Like she was like 400 pounds, right?
That was me, and I'm not embarrassed because I've changed my life. I woke up, right? And so...
You showered like a couple times since I've seen you.
Shut up.
You showered every day. No. we have the same morning routine. That was crazy, Frankie. I was talking and you just completely just cut. I think she hates me today.
Hold on. I want to finish this statement because I took bullet points. And when it comes down to it, right, that's sheep. Sheep all flock together. That's what they do. We're not sheep. You're supposed to be different. You're supposed to be unique. That's why every single person's journey is different. It took me 18 months to lose 80 pounds. It took you how long to lose how much?
I've been doing this like since 2020.
Yeah, and then I have a client that lost 70 pounds in 9 months, right? Everybody's journey is different. You're not supposed to be a sheep. Also, something you mentioned that I want to bring to this podcast is we're not dogs. We don't do things for treats. We could touch upon that later.
I love it.
Right? But then I wanted to actually come in and talk about this whole change because you were very philosophical, and I love to go there so people can understand the workings, the behind the scenes of what a transformation is supposed to do. And it's like you have to make the change. You have to be different. But then Once you have your why, right? It's okay. This is why I need to do this. The next question I often get, besides how long, is how did you do it? How did you start?
Fucking hate that question.
Right.
And I sound like an asshole saying it, but I genuinely. But now, speaking new version of myself, I hate that question.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's like you know what you need to do.
Hold on.
I'm sorry.
Yo, I'm
Any energy drink?
I'm cooking.
You want an energy drink?
I'll take one.
We got like 2 more podcasts to shoot. Can Frankie, Miss Modified Frankie, maybe?
I'm
Thank you
gonna
very
Cook 'em.
leave it on camera
Cook it.
too.
All
Cook it, big dog.
Yeah, I'm about to cook, right?
Send it home.
So the biggest question I get is how? How did you change your life? How did you make the change? Let's take all the self-realizations, understanding that a change has to happen, put that to the side. We realize now, okay, I need to make a change. I need to be different. How do I do it? And I want to look at the camera. This is how you do it. You literally force yourself to do it. It's going to be uncomfortable. You don't want to do it. You know what you need to do. As a coach, everybody that I coach knows what they need to do. Some people just need reminders. And so when you ask me, how do I get started? How do I change my life? You force yourself to go on the walk. You force yourself to go to the gym. You force yourself to stop buying McDonald's. It is going to be very uncomfortable. You're not going to want to do every single thing and every single day, but you have to force yourself. I was a college student driving 45 minutes to and from college, class all day, work after class, hitting Planet Fitness with my sisters as a guest on my sister's black card at Planet Fitness. I forced myself to go to the gym every single day, whether I wanted to or not, and look at me now. So when you ask me how, I'm going to tell you exactly what I tell my clients. Force yourself to do the shit you know you need to do. Then it becomes a part of your life, and it's not as bad. You just have to get past that big hurdle of getting it done that first time.
I love that. Bro, absolutely love that. I love it. I love it because you do have to force yourself to get done. See, so me, on the other hand, see, I guess how like we're the same coach, but we're different, right? Because like I'm more of like, it really just depends. Like and let me take it back. I'm the coach that my clients need. Each one is going to be different. So some people I'm a little raw. Some people I'm very coddling. Some people I get into the I'm very relatable for sure with all my clients. Mm-hmm. But they all listen to my podcast. I can't sit here and act one certain way or 20 different ways. I can't give 20 different answers for one question, right? I have to just what flows, what comes to my head. I want to be natural with this stuff, right? It's why I took such a long ass break because I had nothing flowed with me because I had my own shit I had to go through, right? But they all know I am, and they all know I come from a good place. But the reason why I can't stand the question is because I think I'm reflecting back to reflecting or reflecting? What's the word where you like projecting? I'm projecting because the old version of me knew exactly what I needed to do. I just wanted to ask people for meal plans. I wanted to ask coaches for this. I wanted to ask my skinny friend or my buff friends how to get buff. I wanted to ask my friends who lost weight how they lost weight. But I knew what I needed to do. Mm-hmm. Right? It's just that I think it's like the point of like I felt better asking than actually doing. Mm-hmm. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. So now when I see those questions like, oh, how did you do it? I'm like, okay.
What are you doing?
That's my response. Oh, what are you doing to lose weight? Oh, I don't know how to lose weight. So I have an Instagram. You follow someone like me. I sell my ebook. Other people sell free programs or courses, or there's YouTube. There's a million ways to figure out how to lose weight. There's a million ways to get your macros. And you told me you've done nothing. So why would I give you an answer that you know the answer to when you haven't even tried to make a attempt for yourself? Right. You know what I mean? That's just how I look at it. It might
We
be
also
harsh.
have AI these days. Yo, AI. Hey Google, how do I lose weight? Like you know what you need to do. The information is at your fingertips, and this is something that we spoke about both just in general conversation. Right now, none of this is planned. We're just yapping. Let me just tell you that right now. We did some content. We were also yapping here and that. And something that came up a lot, which is something I realized recently, is anybody who's, at a low point in their life or want to make a change, you haven't achieved what you want, you're maybe feeling sorry for yourself, you have our empathy. You do not have our sympathy. I don't feel sorry for you. I have overcome so much bullshit that would have led a lot of people down a very different path in life, but I chose to stay strong and stay who I am and always see that light at the end of the tunnel, even when it was very dim, right? And so respectfully, I don't care what you're going through, you can get through it. And that's why I coined the saying, you have to go through it to grow through it. Because I've been through so much in life, and look at me now. Every single worst moment in my life was a stepping stone for me to become amazing and wonderful. Had I not lost my mom, had I not been diagnosed with cancer, had I not had to see a psychiatrist for depression, had I not failed out of college, right, my story wouldn't be as impressive as it is. My 80-pound weight loss is the tip of the iceberg. But on social media, people can see that weight loss. People can see that change. And we're all visual creatures as humans. So I capitalize on that to say, hey, look at what I've accomplished. Then when you see what's behind the curtain of everything else that I've accomplished, you understand, or you should understand, that resilience is ultimately what you're after. Shit is always going to hit the fan. An avalanche is always going to come. Who are you, and how are you going to get through that? And so when it comes down to it, all of those terrible moments make my story so much bigger compared to anybody else, compared to anything else. And you see that I've gone through this. You complaining about making your bed in the morning is nothing compared to getting poked and prodded and being bald. I used to get spinal taps where they put big needles in my spine for chemo. I had terrible back pain. There was so much shit I went through. I now know that I can get through anything. And I'm on social media, I'm on this earth to help you realize the same. I'm not here to say, hey, look at me. Look at what I've done. I'm so great. Praise me. It is, hey, you're going through something cool. Get through it. Look what I got through. You can do it too. But not the you can do it too that social media loves to boast. Like, hey, I'm great. You can also be great. It's, I've been through, I like this. I'm going to end it with this, right? I told my sister this quote a while ago. It was dope. It was like, I spit hot fire because I've been through hell and I brought a souvenir.
Are you a rapper or what?
I like that. Give me some.
I like that. I'm gonna use that one. But look, you hear me out too, right? Just kind of to so we get into the next couple podcasts. The next couple we got some heat. We got some more heat. Right? We got some heavy talks, but with the guests. I never had a guest on heavy talks, so I'm curious to know. We might just be some people might cry. The next couple podcasts and talk some shit. But anyways, hear me out. Stop trying to take first place on who has the saddest story. That's it.
I win.
No, it's not. It's not even like it. Everyone has a sad story. There's everyone in the world who has a mom and no dad, a dad and no mom, has a mom and a dad but they're abusive, has a mom and a dad but their grandparents didn't like them, but a mom and a dad but they grew up half black, half white, and they seen racist. Bro, everyone has a sad story. Like, there is not one person in the world that does not have a. You could go to someone that has a billionaire mom and dad, and they also have a sad story that their parents weren't there for them as kids. Like, stop being in a rush to be in first place to have the biggest sad story, right? At the end of the day, the weight loss that we did, the content we put out, is not to say, hey, look at, I was depressed and suicidal and 600 pounds. Look at me, I did so good with life. No. The hey, look at me is that look what I've accomplished. Look what I've overcame. Look what I've won. Look at the battles that I faced, but look at the first place trophies I've taken. Right, we're so in we're in just a rush to get to like, oh my gosh, my life is so sad. No, my life is sad. Hey, look at, I'm depressed. Hey, look at, I'm so sad. Look at, my mom's not here. Bro, everyone in life has a sad story. Everyone who is successful has overcame battles. Everyone who has lost in life has given up on hard times. That's just it. Right, so when you get out there, understand that you are the main character of your book. You are the main character of your movie. You are the main character of your story. But guess what? You're not the only main character that goes through trials and tribulations in life.
All this happened for myself and my family. There's no way that this is real, man, it can't be.